Hello, everybody, and welcome into this latest edition of the Michigan State Spartans Insider Podcast. I'm your beat reporter from Michigan State Spartans on SI, Aidan Champion. And today we're going to be talking about rivalries, college football rivalries. Rivalries, the best thing there is about college sports. You've got some fans and some fan bases that would rather take a win over their most heated rival than maybe a conference championship or a playoff berth or something of that level of significance. That's how deep hatred and bitterness runs within college athletic rivalries. And it really is a special thing when you consider the different traditions and just how far back some of these rivalries go. And they really are special. And unfortunately, with today's era of college sports, I think we're kind of getting away from that. We saw it really with the Big Ten adding the four teams from the Pac-12: Oregon, USC, UCLA, and Washington. And with that, now there's some teams that won't get their annual rivalries. Michigan State being one of them. Their annual meeting with Ohio State, whether or not you want to call that a rivalry, considering how lopsided it's been, Michigan State losing the last nine matchups. Um, Regardless, it was something fans could always look forward to, and they won't be meeting this year. And of course, Ohio State, the reigning national champs. Maybe Michigan State fans are happy that that won't be happening, considering the bounce back season Michigan State's trying to have. But you don't want to run into Ohio State this year, and so maybe that is a good thing. But the whole concept, I think, well, it's a little disappointing when you consider some of these traditions. Michigan State, it's they've played Ohio State every year since 2011, and um, last year didn't play Penn State um, for the land grant trophy. Again, maybe one they were happy to have avoided considering the year Penn State had and the fact Penn State had clobbered Michigan State in the season finale of the 2023 season. But these are just, they're rivalries. They're games that fans look forward to each and every year. You may have a sibling who goes to that rival, or some other family member, or your best friend. Something that really keeps the bond going within these rivalries, and we're getting away from it, quite frankly. And God forbid there come a day when um, Michigan State isn't playing Michigan on a yearly basis. I don't think we get maybe to that point, but I don't know. You don't really know um, based on how things are going. I think it's just unpredictable. At the same time, you get the treat of having matchups renewed. I mean, Michigan State and UCLA, they'll be playing this year, and it's been since 1974, I believe, since they last played. 1970, yeah, 1974. Um, they of course had those two iconic matchups in the 65 season when Michigan State won in East Lansing, and then UCLA got its revenge in the Rose Bowl. Just special memories there that you know it's nice to see that that will be coming back. And then Michigan State playing USC for the first time since 1990. That's a big deal. But other ones like Indiana, the old brass spittoon, they won't be playing next year. Um, they will play again in the year after, I believe. But some of these just aren't going to be every single year anymore. And I don't know, maybe you feel that that's a shame and that it's going to ruin the sport. Maybe it will. Or maybe you feel that, it's nice to have a change of matchups, maybe renewed rivalries that once were, maybe getting rid of rivalries that you didn't necessarily want to be a part of every year. You're happy to see go. So, um, just like anything else, it's a matter of opinion. But yeah, I think there's the good and the bad, right? You got these renewed meetings coming back with the West Coast teams. That'll be really cool to see. Um, UCLA coming to Westwood and Michigan State going out there to the Coliseum when they face USC, and um, it's going to be. I think that's going to be pretty awesome. If um, if all it is you're not playing Ohio State every year and instead playing every other year, every 2 years, whatever, the case may be, or, uh, you know, maybe you can live with that. But I just, whether you want it or not, that's where we're at now. And I would hate to see the day that, Michigan State and Michigan aren't playing every year. I don't, I don't think we'll get to that, at least not for a long, long time. I think the powers in charge will do everything they can to make sure that doesn't happen. But um, I don't think that's a problem we'll have to worry about um, for a while, if at all. But would love to know your guys' thoughts. I think it's an interesting topic. What do you think? Are rivalries dying? If so, is it is that going to hurt the sport? Or is it maybe good to have things change up every year? Maybe a little, maybe a little bit of both, but would love to know your guys' thoughts. As always, thank you for tuning in. You can keep up with all of our Michigan State Spartans on SI content at Michigan State Spartans on SI. We're posting tons of daily content for you guys to follow along with, and we'll always be keeping you busy. Um, and we appreciate your engagement and for always tuning in. With that said, thanks again, everyone. Hope you're having a great week so far and aren't too sluggish after the long weekend. Before you know it, we'll be getting into the next weekend here soon. That's the benefit of a short week. So, um, thank you, everyone. We'll catch you next time.